Hello, friends. It's Tuesday, May 30th, 2017. I believe it's almost 9 o'clock. Just found myself a nice old parking lot to enjoy a good view. Been struggling to make a video, folks. Just not a whole lot to talk about. And every time you start to set up and record, something just sort of gets in the way that makes you think, nah, what's the point? I know some of you have said you like the regular uploads, but there's just nothing to really say, folks. Here, let's try to at least get some of the background noise cut down. It is a scorcher. They still have not switched the AC over in the place we live. So, but yeah, there's just moments where it almost basically a rainstorm. And the sun comes up, but yeah. The temperature is getting higher and the shorts are getting shorter. You'll have to excuse me if this video is sort of all over the place. This is just sort of another video of feel like I should make something, but trying to put all the little disparate thoughts, is that the phrase, into one video. Walking it's up and down, folks. Up and down, high and low, sweet and sour, black and white, yin and yang. Such is life, right? Just feels like I'm walking a moments of gratitude, legitimate gratitude, but also moments of real just can't fucking take it anymore. And I don't mean that in some Elliot Rodger bullshit, folks. So I don't mean that way. Just this fucking job, this fucking life, whatever. I was doing okay, folks. I was doing okay, and just this little back issue again, for some odd reason, just took the wind out of my sails for some reason, so to speak. But I worked a 5-hour shift today and got off, late noon. That was one of those things where you sort of forgot how nice it was to get off from work and still have a whole lot of time. it's been nice to do, I guess in some ways, to do that middle shift where you sort of come in early noon and stay till early evening or something like that. Where you can do stuff in the morning and you can do some stuff at night, but you can't really do that much, so to speak. It was sort of like, oh, well, this was sort of nice. But yeah, it was rough, folks. It was rough. Stuff really, just, I don't want to complain about work. I really don't. This is one of the reasons I just haven't had anything else to really say, and I haven't really been on YouTube at all. So I should actually, if you're watching this, somebody did email me. Apparently they were in town visiting museums and wanted to maybe meet this weekend. Not a girl, so don't get that idea. And I didn't even see their email until today, just because I didn't bother checking. I don't check my email that frequently. So if you're watching this, sir, my apologies. That was pretty embarrassing. Maybe next time you're in town. At least hope you had a good visit here in Colorado. But yeah, just haven't been on YouTube, haven't watched anyone's videos, etc. I feel like I've just sort of gotten to that point, folks, where, just not happy with my life and my situation, that I just can't listen to other people's issues too. Does that make sense? I can understand now why people would, people sort of watch my videos and then saw, oh shit, man, years later you're still talking about the same stuff, and they got stuff going on in their life. Like, all right, there's kind of no reason to keep watching this fat virgin who's still in the same position in life, etc., complaining about this and that. It's just, yep, I hate my life, things suck. There is sort of a certain commiseration where you find out people who you agree with, blah, blah, but over time, when you see that there's not really any change, any this or that, and I'm not calling anyone out or anything, so if you're watching this, oh, are you talking about me? Like, no. This is no one in particular. This is just a very generic, maybe sort of pointing the biggest finger, obviously, at me. That it's understandable, or it's just like, man, I can't just watch any of this. It's sort of like when I try to watch movies or something like that, something in the back of my head just says, you shouldn't be doing this. You shouldn't be doing this. This is a waste of time. But yeah, it was 5 hours, and I honestly felt like I didn't think I could make it, folks. I didn't think I could make it. Once again, no Elliot Rodger bullshit. Just every 15 minutes felt like some sort of checkpoint that you hit. I just didn't fucking want to be there. I didn't want to talk to anybody. I didn't care about anybody's problems, etc. It was just, every question was like nails on chalkboard. Every and especially every really dumb interaction where, I just want to get to Google. How do I get to Google? I don't understand any of this. I'm typing, how do I get to Google? Just, all that shit, just a test of your patience. Just, can I do this? Can I complete this interaction and make it to the end of my shift to go home without just packing up all my stuff and walking out the building and never coming back. You should take a vacation. You should this. You should that. I gotta be honest with myself and not be complacent about it, that I am fucking beyond burned out at my job, folks. After 11 years now. After getting over my social anxiety, blah, blah, blah. Man, Jesus Christ, do people make me fucking tired. Especially when they're dumb, rude, whatever. It was one of those things, too, where actually wasn't terribly busy at first, and like after an hour, there's suddenly just so many fucking people everywhere. I swear, every dumbass, moron, ingrate, retard, mentally this and that, and on and on and on. Suddenly, it's time to come to the library and mill around and get on a computer, this or that. I just pull in every direction. One person wants this, somebody walks up and stands there awkwardly staring, like, whatever. But this is the part I mean where I'm trying to maintain some gratitude that I am capable of, and that there's much worse jobs out there. I'm only working part-time 30 hours a week. That doesn't mean that it's my entire, it's not like you're working 100 hours a week or something like that. But, you've got a job and a car and a roof over your head. But let's be honest, folks. That's good. That's good, because like I said, I see some of these people and stuff like that, and, I'm like, man, as bad as my problems, quote unquote, seemingly are, I am fucking glad I'm not this person. That's not to be snobbish about it, like, fuck them, nothing like that. Just, you realize I am fucking glad I'm not this person. And I'm sure that's the case for some people who might watch this video and say exactly, I am fucking glad I'm not Georgie boy, right? In the span that I've watched this fucking loser make the same videos over and over in his car, I've already accomplished this or that or something else. But let's be honest, folks. Let's be honest. You kind of need both. You need gratitude, but you also need to get angry and etc. Because if you don't get angry, how can you not want to change it, right? Or something. But I mean, farm animals that are bred for slaughter also have a roof over their head and food and a nice warm bed, right? So you can't, I feel like you kind of, gratitude is good, but you don't want to get carried away with it completely. You encounter people who, you live in this nice, and not necessarily about me, but you live in this nice big house and this and that, blah blah, and you're unhappy. Well, you're just whining. There's people who'd be glad to be in your position. Yeah, well, how do you know what's bothering this? I've talked about this before, but you'd always read these stories about people who seemingly had it all in life and just fucking killed themselves, right? and you just didn't understand it, but now you definitely do. Or sort of on the outside, it looks like somebody has it all, or it's all good, or what do they got to complain about, but something is missing, isn't it, folks? Something is missing. It's like the quote from the Bible. Something about man shall not live by bread alone. What they truly need to eat, sort of metaphorically, they're not getting. And it's sort of the same thing with yourself. It's been, all sort of joking aside about, starving. Like, yeah, I know I'm fat. You know what I mean? It just feels like for a long time now you haven't gotten what you really need and want, right? It's just that little mask that you have to put on and pretend everything's okay, just slowly dissolves more and more, doesn't it? An acquaintance wants to go see a movie tomorrow. I should say my friend, boss, whatever. It's, like I said, I don't know, I feel very hesitant to use. I feel like I use that word with him, but it sort of means nothing. Does that make sense? I feel like it's just a thing of convenience now. Oh, let's go see Alien or something. I just like, and it'll be, get together. How was this? How was that? Blah, blah, blah. Just pretend another day, pretend that, yeah, everything's pretty much okay. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Oh, man. Like I said, folks, if I were to leave, if I were to walk out and never talk to anyone I worked with ever again, you just realize how you wouldn't miss them whatsoever. How sort of sad that really is. Just, Sunday was sort of one of those interesting little days. We're actually closed, but I came in to sort of work anyway, just kind of little stuff here and there. And it's one of those where it's getting harder and harder to give a shit about sort of extracurricular stuff. I'm there, help out customers, blah, blah, blah. Clock out and I just want to go home. Don't give a shit about anything else. So I just sort of came in, thought I'd do some stuff, and it's always one of those interesting feelings when you can walk around an old workplace when there's nobody there, other than maybe some janitor or whatever staff. All the little memories of the building really strike you of, you remember this and that. I almost sort of regret it. I still remember back in 2014 finally getting a new position, and I mean, eventually, obviously, the feeling wore off. I mean, take a look at me now, but just for a while, that feeling of like this huge weight off your shoulders, like you can finally breathe, this like feeling of Jesus Christ, finally something different, something new, some sort of change seemingly in a better direction, right? Deep down, I definitely crave change. Transformation, etc., but just don't have the courage to enact it and face it, right? To deal with the moments that are obviously going to be scary, the moments where your old self has to sort of fall apart and die, etc. Oh, man. Just another freaking evening sitting in my car talking into a camera. Now you sort of understand why I didn't really want to make this video. And I might not make any videos for a while, folks. We'll see. There's just nothing left, not much left to say. Truly. As evidenced by infrequent uploading. So I don't want to just endlessly keep complaining about work and life and this and that and blowing steam and, well, just go back to same old, same old. It's almost June, folks. It's almost June. I'm almost 32. Still a virgin, but that I'm not so hung up on anymore. I don't really care. It's more of a marketing tactic at this point, right? No closer to anything in life. Just living the same day over and over and over again every single day. Week to week, month to month. Another year almost half done. Another year almost half done. Oh boy. Living the same day over and over like Groundhog Day, right? Like the movie. Maybe it's symbolic. And hey, I think I've worn this exact same shirt in this exact same parking lot on an evening like this. It's all rather symbolic, isn't it? It's like the movie with Bill Murray, right? He keeps doing, just living the same day over and over and over again until, I don't remember, was it until he learned something, did something the right way? I forgot. Until he stopped being an asshole? I don't remember. I feel like I'm capable, and yet I've sort of programmed myself to just repeat the same day over and over again. And something in the back of my head tells me that if I don't start getting a grip on things soon, that it may be too late, folks. Not in the, I believe that it's never really too late per se in the abstract sense, more or less. But, if you're familiar with drifting and stuff from Outwitting the Devil, eventually, the pull becomes too tight, too strong, and you just can't stop and correct your course. So how do you change it? Is it just do the shit you don't want to do but know you need to do, no matter how crappy you feel, until it doesn't feel crappy anymore? I don't know. Maybe. That'll probably do it for this video. Like I said, I might not be making any videos for a while, so I know some of you like the more frequent uploads, folks, but I'm not doing well. I truly am not doing well. I don't want to feel sorry for myself or this or that, but I am really not doing well whatsoever. And I don't want to just endlessly complain about work and life and this or that. Just to blow off steam, just to go right back to routine and etc. On that note, folks, it's almost 10. I'll see you guys another time. When I feel like I have something to finally say again, I'll do it. Yeah. I wish you guys luck in your own sort of struggles and stuff like that. If anything, learn from me of what not to do. Bye-bye.